If you're looking to try something different but still very tasty, you need to try out a Galvanised Nail. Let me show you how to make it. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd, and like I said, this week I'm making a Galvanised Nail. This is not a rusty nail, although it is actually a riff on the rusty nail. So if you're familiar with the website Diffords, great kind of resource for anyone who wants to get into cocktails, to make cocktails, and to look for different kind of riffs. This cocktail recipe was created by Simon Difford of the Diffords kind of cocktail website, and he based it on the rusty nail cocktail, which is essentially just like whiskey and Drambuie with a bit of bitters, but this is a bit more sweet, a bit more herbal, a bit more botanical, and just kind of a little bit more rounded out to me. Being a rusty nail kind of riff, it is very similar, at least to begin with, because it starts off with some blended Scotch whiskey. We've also got some Drambuie, which is like a Scotch whiskey based liqueur. It's quite sweet, a lot of like honey and heather and kind of just like nice sweet botanical notes in there, as well as some Elderflower Liqueur, again giving us that sweetness but also a bit of botanical notes, but to temper it back and to prevent it from being like overpoweringly heathery and overpoweringly botanical, we've got some cloudy apple juice and a little bit of lemon juice to help just cut through the different ingredients and make a very nice balanced cocktail. So I think that's enough time talking about the cocktail. I think it's time we make it. It is going to be a shaken drink, so we're going to get our shaker tin and pop a nice rock of ice into there before we measure out the rest of our ingredients, starting off with our blended Scotch whiskey. This is just Ballantine's. It's a pretty basic blended Scotch whiskey. You don't need to use anything super fancy for this kind of cocktail because we've got a lot of other ingredients in there. So we're going to go in with 50 ml of our blended Scotch whiskey into there, onto our top of our nice rock of ice, which is going to give us a nice kind of shaken cocktail at the end. Next up, it is that Drambuie. Like I said, this is a very sweet, herbal, botanical liqueur. It is the Isle of Skye liqueur, whatever that means, but very sweet, very botanical, still alcoholic, coming in at 40% alcohol by volume. So there's going to be a fair amount of booze in this cocktail. We are going to be going in with 15 ml or half an ounce of our Drambuie just into there like that, and then we're going to go in with our Elderflower Liqueur. This is from the Monin company. This is alcoholic, coming in at 20% alcohol by volume, but you can use whatever kind of Elderflower Liqueur you want. Going to go in again with 15 ml of our Elderflower Liqueur, bringing us that bit of sweetness, again tempered down with that little bit of kind of herbal botanical notes. Next up, it's our cloudy unsweetened apple juice. Going to go in again, 15 ml, half an ounce of this into there before we go in with our lemon juice to kind of help cut across it, and that's only going to be 10 ml. That's the only thing there. It's 10 ml of the lemon juice because we don't want to overpower it and make it quite citrusy. We want to cut through some of that sweetness. So we're going to pop the top on our shaker tin and shake it for about 30 seconds just to get it nice and cold. Okay, I think that is nicely chilled now. So we're going to pop the top off our cocktail shaker before we strain it out onto our nice glass here. We've got a simple rocks glass. Going to pop another rock of ice into there just to keep the cocktail nice and cold. And we're going to strain it out nice and simple onto that fresh ice. Just like that. But as a little final garnish, we're just going to get a very simple lemon twist, express the oils over the top, give it a little twist, pop it like that, and that right there is how we make a Galvanised Nail. Now real quick before I taste this cocktail, if you're new here, scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I put out whiskey reviews every Wednesday, and I put out cocktail recipes featuring whiskey every Friday, so if you want to see more, make sure you hit subscribe. But right now, let's taste this cocktail. That's quite nice. It's almost like I'm eating like an apple or like a lemon candy. There's like a little bit of like sugary sweetness that goes into there, and it's just quite nicely balanced. Like you can definitely tell there's alcohol in here, but that apple juice and the lemon juice cut across all like the bitterness from the alcohol and like all that sugary syrupy flavor you'll get from something like the Drambuie and the Elderflower Liqueur. Just quite nice and quite sweet, but not like overly sweet, more like a natural sweetness you get through there because of those juicy ingredients. Like I said, I mean, for me, the Rusty Nail, I like it, it's solid, it's a simple enough cocktail. It wouldn't be something I'd go to immediately, but this here It's like that, it's similar, but just takes it a little bit more, elevates it a bit, to me at least, makes it something that I would want to drink. It's a little bit different, like I said, but to me, a little bit more tasty, a little bit more enjoyable, and just one I really like. If you've got any kind of riffs of classic cocktails that you like, let me know what they are down below. But right now, I'm going to keep on enjoying this one, and I will see you next time. Sláinte.